Mhm. Hey, sis. It's
Hey,
a wrap.
praise God.
This was a busy day, man. A busy, busy day.
That's all right. This
I'm,
gonna get
I'm,
how that work life balance.
Lord, I need a whole assistant. Everybody, welcome the Slappy Payne. Woo, hey, Slappy.
What's going on in the building?
Yeah,
What's going on? What's going on? I like to
man, it's
introduce.
good. I
I like
can't
to
call it.
introduce everybody to the newest member of my family, Shakespeare. This
Oh,
is
the bear's
Shakespeare.
name is Shakespeare.
The bear's name is Shakespeare. Hi, I am Shakespeare. Nice to meet each and every one of you. Okay, that's enough. That's
Hi,
enough. I didn't ask you
cutie.
to.
I
I
love
didn't ask you to
bears.
say nothing.
I love
You didn't.
bears.
Nakia, did you
I,
say hello to the bear?
yes, I
You
did.
didn't get a chance to speak to Shakespeare.
I did.
Oh, she
I
spoke.
love bears. I have my original baby bear from when I was a little girl. He is a cutie. Look at him looking at me with them eyes. Hey, boy.
He
Hey,
fancy. He fancy.
boy.
He all proper and stuff.
Hey, boy.
He new to the family.
Well,
The
welcome.
Kings of Napa. I've never heard of that before. It's on OWN. I bet that's good. Um, I'm sorry, that's random. I was opening up YouTube to make sure we're going live and checking on my techie crap, and I
Oh,
saw an advertisement for the King of Napa, and thought, did I see Nappy at first? I'm sorry, Oprah. I had to go in for the joke, but it's Napa, Napa. I had to go in for the joke. You can't pass up the King of Napa
Uh-uh.
when there's a black dude on there. You know, it could have said the King of Naps.
Oh yeah.
I can't not go in that joke door. You can't.
It practically wrote itself.
It did. It did. It asked for it. It begged me to say nappy or naps, ma'am. Pick
And you
one.
deliver. You
I
deliver.
did. I didn't want to disappoint the world joke.
I am
But I
not.
don't think nothing can tap a big old grown man with a teddy bear on live air.
Hey, let me tell you something.
You don't
No
want me.
judgment zone. Okay.
You don't want me to go get mine.
Shakespeare, listen.
Mine.
Let Now look, if you look on
Mine live
YouTube,
in California, and he's
li-
on SWAT every week on CBS.
oh Lord.
His
Girl,
name.
stop.
If you
No,
look on
no. Let me know what I'm talking about. His name is Shamar.
yeah,
I knew what
Lord have mercy.
I knew what you were
I
going.
like how she said SWAT on
Look,
SWAT.
I watch SWAT. Shamar is all fine, right? But I'm not a groupie, so I don't like that. You know, I don't know. He's just like a dude.
I'm a groupie.
She is
I'm a
good.
fan of the show. I
Me too, right? I like
I'm a
the
fan of
show.
the show and the
and the
man.
Shamar, huh? You're a fan of the show and the Shamar.
Yes. And he
Yeah,
loved his blessed mother. God rest her soul.
if you look at some of my videos on YouTube, I have a whole Slappy Payne and Friends. It's Biscuit the bunny, Beauregard the bear, Sprinkles the bunny, and Tigger. So I gave away Beauregard and Sprinkles to some kids.
Wait, but where did you get the name Beauregard, homeboy?
Oh,
Beauregard the bear.
sprinkles.
Yeah. He's I don't know, it just pops, stuff just pop in my head and I just let it
Yes,
come out my mouth sometimes.
yes, you
It
do. Yes,
happens.
you do.
Clearly.
But I gave Beauregard and Sprinkles to some kids that liked them and they wanted them. So I went ahead and gave it to them. And so now
Or aren't you generously kind?
Shakespeare's new to the family now.
Sprinkles.
So if you look on YouTube, you'll be seeing me introduce Shakespeare and see how
Well, I'm gonna
heartbreaking
have
both.
to get a pet and get on YouTube with you so that my stuffed animal, now, can it be any kind of stuffed animal? Or are we considering a certain demographic and age group?
No. We have no limitations to what the stuffed animal. I have a tiger, a bunny.
So it's the no judgment zone over there too.
It's a no judgment zone. I got a Ninja Turtle. You know, we got it all over there.
He said a whole damn.
And we let them. Sometimes, sometimes Biscuit hijack my Facebook page.
And I love Ninja Turtles.
Freeze.
That was like one of my favorite.
What did he say? They hijack his Facebook page? Wait,
they hijack my Facebook page. They do.
Look.
They do, and they do their own little video. And sometimes we did a song with me and Biscuit. We did a Meeting in the Bedroom by Silk.
Get the hell out the front door.
We did that song together.
Did you see Keynotes perform? Speaking of songs.
Look, first of all, that brother is a
He was
whole
on that beach, baby. The whole time he was on the beach, I had anxiety because I was like, I don't know how much his shoes cost. I just wanted to take them off. So you don't mess up his shoes.
That brother is a whole character. We was at your show, and because we got up there and just started impromptu singing background.
You were there.
We got up there and started singing impromptu background for that other girl that was singing.
That's right. The little cute one.
Yeah. Whole character.
That the lineup for those who opened for me was interesting.
You said it's what? Interesting.
It was interesting.
To say the least.
To say the very least, dog. And but Keynote, he left an impression on me.
I saw him on that beach. I say, Keynote, get off that beach with your pajamas on. Just sitting there in the middle of the beach with his PJs on.
He was so sexy in that green. Nakia, he was so sexy in that green. He had green underoos on, baby, and he was rolling them little 20-year-old, however he is, little abs. Nakia went and got her little friend. The Casey and JoJo shades on.
Yeah, you saw
JoJo.
Casey and JoJo shades on.
That's all I needed was
Slappy. My babies don't have names.
You don't your baby's names. What kind of owner are you?
You got to name it.
What are you doing?
I won't remember all of the names.
Oh, you got to name them.
You won't remember the baby's names? What kind of person are you? I don't know this woman anymore.
This is my baby.
Listen, I name them based upon.
Okay, wait. So you have a bunch of babies. You didn't give them a name. You wouldn't remember their name, and then you have a favorite in front of everybody. You ain't girl. You ain't no
kind of parent are you? I swear.
I'm calling people on you saying.
Close your ears.
They're well taken care of.
No, they ain't well. They ain't got no name.
We've been around. I am 40.
Then you got a favorite in front of them. She picking favorite Slappy. So what you do? Kick everybody up on the floor when you sleeping in the bed?
No.
Jim Henson is rolling around in his grave right now.
Isn't he? Jim Henson is
blatant disrespect
of her not naming her stuffed animals. This Sesame Street was founded on much better, man. You come from the Sesame Street era. Slappy, one of these kids is doing her own thing. One of these kids is doing their thing. Which one?
You came from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
That's where you came from. You came from that era. I'm just a bill. And you ain't named your babies?
Yeah.
You came from the rubber ducky or the one, and you ain't even named your child.
You came from the hey, it's Kool-Aid. You tripping.
Oh yeah. And you ain't even name your child. You came from the when your world looks kind of weird and you wish that you were there, you didn't even name your child.
You came from the
And I ain't named my child.
And you ain't named your child.
and you ain't named your cheer.
Oh, you came from the
All
is
of
you
us get
is or
confused.
is you ain't my baby. And you didn't name your child. Oh my Lord.
She came from the you came from the be very, very quiet.
You came from the meep meep era and you still didn't name your child. The Wild Coyote didn't spend all that money on Acme products to catch that road runner for you not to name your child.
Yo, dog, what about Speedy and his homies? Oh, baby. You came from the
you didn't name your child.
And I didn't.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's just I don't know.
You came from we're gonna do it. You came from game at our birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Name.
Listen.
Yep.
Name.
You came from the ain't we lucky we got him.
Boom doom 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 doom. You came from the fish don't burn in the kitchen. Beans don't burn on the grill. You ain't and didn't name your child.
She came from the come on, knock on my door.
I was looking at that the other day.
And didn't name my child.
I was looking at that the other
You
day.
name your kids.
All the best things, y'all.
Wait, Slappy, do you know this one? It doesn't have music. That's kind of hard for you to hear. Shit, you came from the Benson.
The Benson, yeah. You came from the la 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 la.
Yeah, the real ones. You came from the. It's the plane. You came from that.
The plane. Yes, tattoo. Yes. He was proper. He was proper. Tattoo.
Tattoo looked like he was a big giant dope deal to the America. He looked like he had some people. Don't you see Tattoo going into like a little place, kicking the dog with that little leg and that little foot and said, I mean,
oh Lord.
You came from the thank you for being a friend. Boom, 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 boom. And you ain't named your child.
You came from the and you ain't name your kid.
You ain't name your child. Esther was around here calling people fish-eyed fools, and you didn't name your child.
And going in drawers to get 17 different eyeglasses. And you didn't name your kid. You came from Rollo and them. And you ain't name your kids, girl.
That for this son?
I know. Look, I know people out there watching like, why are they holding teddy bears? Listen, it's Valentine's Day season.
You came from dudes, brothers. I can't. This one don't have no music, no words either. You came from brothers in the back of a pickup truck with a brother who could do the, do.
I know who you talking about.
What's happening? We talking about how the kid has. She got stuffed animal and she ain't named her stuffed animal. So we're talking about her.
Look, you came from the.
That's just
you came from the What's Going Down episode of That's My Mama.
That's my mama.
And you ain't named your child.
Dude, what? Girl, we could keep going with this disrespect. You came from Victor. She came from Victor. And what was her name from? Oh, I am wrong. I come from the old school. You came from the Shamar with cornrows with Victor and them on Young and the Restless.
Oh, you talk about bling, 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 bling.
And you didn't name your
Doo-doo. You talking about when what's his name brother came over there and slept with Drusilla and
Right.
Olivia.
Did y'all know that brother died early though? So sad,
He
right?
did. He did.
That was so sad. That was so
Okay,
sad.
I hate to do this, but she came
That was
from
Malcolm.
who was this in my
Malcolm was his
head?
name.
Oh, dun 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 dun. I can't do it. Dun, 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 dun.
What's that? Is that Price is Right?
Yeah, the Price is Right. You came from come on down, and you didn't name your kids.
Oh my God.
Oh, how does the song go? Someone to no. How does it? Someone to care. Moonlight. Y'all remember that one?
I know what you talking about. I thought you were singing John B for a minute. I was like, is that John B?
Okay, so we got to do this one time. I'm gonna try to get it and put it on here so we can play it together. But there was this on YouTube. If y'all look it up, there's this. Me and Nikia played it, but we're gonna have to do this at the. So we're gonna do a birthday bash this year, and
Nice.
yeah, and I'm so excited about that. But we they're on YouTube. You can go and say TV 80s theme song, 80s TV show theme song, something like that. What do you call it? Not tutorial, virtual. What do you call it? When you try to guess something. Trivia. 80s theme song trivia. And they have a 70s theme song trivia, TV theme songs trivia, a 60s, a 50s, a 90s, and a 2000s and beyond. And we played it at my job once before, and you could really see the generations that were in the room because you guess what's your stuff, right? And so we were like, I don't know that no more, and then the younger folks were being able to guess it. So that was fun.
That's all I used to sing. I used to do this thing on YouTube, as a matter of fact, where I would just start singing theme songs. I was singing Flipper. I sung the Tootsie Roll theme song.
What did
it's Fortune Toast Slappy. Somebody named Fortune Toast said, "What did I enter?"
Baby, this is real and raw. You say y'all are right though. I was definitely paying homage to the 90s with a trap undertone.
I'm trying to tell you, you came from now. This is a story about a man named Jed, and you ain't even named your child.
I used to watch them all the time.
That's the show.
And didn't name your kids.
And didn't name your kid.
I got Jess Rowe and everybody. And look,
and Ellie Mae.
And Ellie Mae.
And Grandma, she'll murder anything to get her some hog meat on the grill.
Oh, Granny.
Some roadkill. Mix it up with elixir. I bet some days in my life I could use some of Granny's elixir.
Look, let me tell you something.
For those who are just joining us, we are checking Nikia because she got 4 kids. She hasn't named one of her stuffed animals, and Slappy has his stuffed animal's name. I don't have any stuffed animals right now. But I have one that I usually don't talk about, but he is in California and he is the head man on the hit show SWAT. And we all know Shamar is mine. But so I don't need a stuffed animal because I have him.
Well, but
she didn't name her kids. What else, Slappy? Come on,
y'all remember Shamar played Malcolm and he slept with Olivia and Drusilla on Young and the Restless. Gonna sleep with his brother's wife.
Right.
You know what
I didn't like him until SWAT.
She is my friend. You know what? You came from my friendly neighborhood, switched the shoe and the sweater school. Come on, Mr. Rogers. And you didn't name your kid.
Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, right? Why
he asked you. He literally asked you, won't you be my neighbor?
My neighbor.
He asked you.
Would you
please? He said, please.
He said the magic word.
He said,
put
please.
Sugar on top and shit. He put sugar on top.
And then you came from the butterflies in the sky. I can go twice as high. Yeah. Take a look. It's in a book, a reading rainbow. I love that laugh.
Girl, you came from it. You
Then you
came
had
from
the echoes at the end.
wait,
Reading
hold on,
rainbow.
Slappy.
But
She
LeVar
came
said you
from
didn't
the
have to take his word for it.
but Lamar, he's the bomb. LeVar, sorry. She came from the cute little red, almost dusty brown fro, white man with the freckles, painting the landscapes.
Oh
You
Lord.
came from
Oh,
that,
you
and you
talk
didn't
about
name your
you
children. Bob
talk about
Ross.
Bob.
Come on now.
You talk about
We
Bob.
all
Yeah.
like Bob Ross
Wait,
on PBS.
wait.
Yeah, so many colors.
Fraggle Rock? Y'all remember Fraggle Rock?
Oh, down the
Yes,
Fraggle
down the
Rock.
Fraggle Rock.
Down the Fraggle Rock.
You came from down
Yeah.
the Fraggle Rock and you didn't Fraggle Rock and you didn't name your kids, girl.
You
That's
ain't
Fraggle
named
Rock.
your
Wait,
kid.
You ain't
wait.
name your kids.
Y'all remember the original Smurfs from back in the day?
Which one?
Yes,
The
the original
Smurfs,
Smurfs.
not this new age stuff. The
Oh
original.
yeah, that's the la 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 lies. And they came on right after. They came on right after. Come along with the Snorks. Sing
I watched
along
the
with the
Snort.
Snorks.
Did you watch the Gummy Bears?
Yep.
Gummy Bears
Yep.
had a heck of a song.
And I eat their
Did
ass.
you watch the Littles?
Yeah, watch
Yes.
the Littles. Yep.
I
Yep.
love the Littles. You came from the Littles, girl. You ain't named
And
your.
you didn't
You
name
came from.
Name
I
my baby.
taught Putty Tat.
you.
You
Oh,
didn't name your
I
kids.
did.
he saw Putty
Oh,
Tat, and you doggone well.
oh, wait.
Speaker
He-Man,
back in the day. Rest in
He-Man,
power, Charlie
Wonder
Brown.
Woman, and She-Ra. He-Man, Wonder
She-Ra,
Woman, and
yes.
She-Ra.
And you came from
And the
Thundercats.
Thundercats. And
You
I
came from
came
Wonder Twin Power Heifer. You ain't named your kids.
They said activate. They said activate.
the original Superwoman.
Yeah, you came from.
Okay.
Wonder Woman.
Don't make me
You
stand up
came
and turn in
from.
that terrible circle, girl.
You came from. You came from this. Boom, doom, 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 doom. Charlie Brown, where they was doing this dance like this.
No, yeah. That's my favorite one. Somebody sent it to me for Christmas too.
Charlie
Wait,
Brown
to make me
passed too.
laugh.
Rest in peace, Charlie Brown.
Okay,
Rest in
wait,
peace.
okay. Just on a quick musical tangent. I swear I'm saying it. But in that same one, remember how Lucy went up to Schroeder. Because Schroeder was playing that piano, right?
yeah.
And she was trying to get him in a festive mood. And he was playing and she was like, nah, that's not it. And so he played it again. She was like, nah, that's not it. And then eventually brother went, boom, 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 boom. She pissed that brother off. Oh, she used to wear him out. I love Schroeder. Clearly, because he was dead, right? Oh,
You
wow.
came
We
from when Lucy used to pull that football from under Charlie Brown. Right when he was about to kick it.
Miss Talk Show host. Miss Talk Show host. You came from a nickel for some psychiatric advice.
Oh, call me now.
Wait.
Remember when people used to go, when Charlie used to go talk to Lucy and he had to pop that nickel in her psychiatric advice? She's shaking a big sucker. I mean, I guess I'll hook you up for this nickel. You get one word answer.
You came here. I'm gonna take you back. You came from bum 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 bum. Y'all remember that one, huh?
Uh-huh.
You came from Herman Monster.
That's what that is. Yes.
You came from Herman Monster and the dragon that was under the stairs, and you didn't name your child.
Oh,
and you ain't name your kid.
Look. That's what does it say? Ben Job. Talking about.
I guess.
Hey, y'all remember the psychic Cleo back in the day when
Call me now.
was calling that 800 number on that psychic line? Back
yes. And got your whip, got that mom and them got, it wasn't no long distance back for y'all look for keynotes followers. We had long distance and we would get in trouble if we used it.
All the time.
TV, and they was stealing folks' money because everybody was calling numbers to Dr. Cleo so they can learn their future.
Let me go ahead and just be me for a second. This ain't really me, but this is what I heard. You came from 979.
Uh-oh. 505.
Talk. And I'm waiting for you to call right now. Aren't you lonely? Don't you want to call me? 979.
You came from phone hot links. You came from
what was it? BlackPlanet.com back in the day or something?
that's not the Black Planet.
Was it
but you know what else you came from, girl? Oh, what was it? Oh, I just had it. Oh, I can't think of the song.
Chat lines. Everybody would call them chat lines, and they trying to hook up. And
I think you up in 2000s now or something.
Yeah, well, they used to have these voicemails back in the day. It was 505 and 808.
You know, I developed slowly. I didn't understand passion until I was well within my 20s.
Sis, we on a real and raw.
First of all,
true.
you probably emotionally developed slowly, but I guarantee you was developed at a young age, God.
I was a late starter.
I was a late starter. I had Barbie dolls when I was in high school.
Damn it, I had Barbie dolls when I was in high school.
I was a slow developer, but then I went to Grambling State University.
Come on, Tigers, you know.
They ruined you.
Sorry, it's the truth.
They ruined.
Everything changes in college.
You came from the did I do that? And you didn't name your child.
She did. She came from Claire Huxtable, and she didn't name her kids.
Lord have mercy. You were about to leave Furniture City and didn't name your child.
Okay. You came from Mrs. Griswold.
With the drinking problem.
You came from baby.
You came from
you ain't named your kid.
You came from bone. Hey.
Yeah.
It's Fred Albert. And you ain't named your child.
Hornet, girl. You came from the Brown Hornet. And it took Beyonce to get another brother and sister on the come. Well, no, that's a lot because y'all know they had let's see, the Jacksons had their cartoon, and so what's your comedian you love? Robin Harris. Bebe's kids had a cartoon too. So, but no,
they did.
That's Bebe's kids.
Match the Brown Hornet. It took Penny with Beyonce and them. You came from the Brown Hornet, and you ain't named your kids, girl.
You came from the Proud Family with baby Carla Pratt, and you ain't named your child.
And I ain't named my baby.
Let's just stop. This is getting embarrassing.
Wait, I'm trying. Is one I had it in my head. Y'all made me forget.
It'll come back.
It will.
Damn shame.
What was the name? You came from Martin the Martian.
Oh man,
Mark and Mindy.
My space.
You came from freaking Nanu, girl. You came from Nanu, and you ain't named your kids. You came from this and then name your kids. You came from.
How you do that so easy? I can't.
Because I play the piano.
You came from the Flintstones and Barney Rubble, and you ain't named your kids.
The Jetsons.
You came from dude. You came from Rona.
You came from Rosie the Robot and Spaceless Sprockets.
Yeah, because you said
Spaceless Sprockets. Did you remember Spaceless Sprockets? That's why you my dude.
Spaceless Sprockets and Cogwell Cog. And you didn't name your child with Elroy.
And oh girl, you came from all that and helping. You ain't named your children.
You ain't named your children. Come on, Nakia.
You came from Richie Rich. Boom.
Richie. No, she went back with that one.
Yes.
They name your kids.
You came from Transformers, Autobots, Roll Out, and you still ain't named your child.
She's a Decepticon with them not naming her
With Megatron.
Slappy. She came from Atari Black and White, and she did not name her kids.
Oh, you came from ColecoVision and didn't name your children.
Centipede. You remember the little thing?
the little tennis game.
You shooting the gun and you slide the ball back and forth trying to shoot the planes down before they hit you.
Yeah. You came from Gallagher Wench and you don't even name your kid. You came from
You came from Duck Hunt, getting right on the screen with the gun to shoot the duck, and you ain't named your child.
And then you put the gun right here to get
on
him.
the TV.
Did I tell her she came from whoop, 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 staying up late, sneaking to watch Arsenio, and you ain't named
Oh, no,
kid?
you didn't. Yes, number one. With that long finger.
Now we all took our finger.
That is a shame. You came from a long way and ain't named your child.
Woo! Wait,
a long way.
Back in the day when Jerry Springer wasn't it but a hot doggone mess.
And that fool found out a way to manipulate black and brown people, and he got a whole billion off of people.
Right, been making money
sexual
off
sorrows,
the ridiculousness and foolishness and tomfoolery forever.
Tomfoolery.
The best was when my dear. When my dear put it on her show. Remember when my dear?
Oh! I remember.
You came from she marching like she going to war. Y'all better know that movie.
Wait.
You better know that movie, Nakia. You came from MISTER period, and you didn't name your kids.
You came from pinwheel spinning around. Look at my pinwheel and see what I found, and you ain't named your child.
Look,
she came from hear the story of a lovely lady.
Wait. The woman, with the wire, the lady with the wire hanger.
Mommy Dearest.
Mommy Dearest. That's what I was thinking about earlier.
Yeah.
You came from wire hangers. You came from Mary freaking.
You came from busting loose Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder.
Just when I needed you. I know that's Roberta Flack that produced some of those songs on that.
The original Kings of Comedy DVD play. DVD.
Whoa. Heifer, you came from
cassette. Like,
you came from VHS.
The VHS. Of the original Kings of Comedy.
You came from hip. You came
with the
from
box.
You came from Kumo D.
Dang.
You came from what's his name? What's the first one's name? Curtis Blow. You came from Curtis Blow, girl, and you ain't named your kid.
We playing basketball. We playing basketball, and you ain't named your kid.
And you ain't named your kid.
You came from the ending. You came from the ending of Def Comedy Jam when Russell Simmons came out there and say, "Thank y'all for coming out. See you next week." And you ain't named your child.
No, baby. No.
You came from Star Search, and you didn't name your kid.
Not Ed McMahon. Not Ed McMahon.
Wait.
You came from Soul Train, and you didn't name your kid.
Wait. What is it? The one where Vanna? She was Vanna Black. She would be on the stage. The one Steve Harvey originally. What was the King of the Apollo? The original Apollo back in the
day. You talking about Kiki Shepard?
Kiki Shepard and Sandman Sims.
And Sandman.
Yeah, I might not know the names of nobody, but I know what the hell I be talking about.
But you ain't name your kids though.
You came from Rerun and What's Happening.
And I ain't named my
And you ain't named your child.
You came from fame. I'm gonna live forever. And you ain't
Oh,
named your kid.
I'm gonna learn how to fly, fly. remember. And you still ain't remember to name your child.
And wouldn't remember their names if she did. What kind of foolishness? I
She
just thought
did
I
not.
knew you, Nakia Nicole Franklin. I thought I knew you.
I done had Bear since I was like born, and I do not. I have never given him a name. This is just Teddy. This is just my baby.
I done named all mine.
For all of the lovers of stuffed animals, this is my disclaimer for the Real and Raw Talk Show. We had no idea this was going to air. We apologize.
It's Slappy's fault.
His name. They got names.
I didn't know Nakia didn't name her kids. I'm sorry. Shakespeare right here is offended.
Well, as much as there's been some Slappy and Nakia, some Slakia got beef. I don't know if them your kids. So
listen,
what up?
My kids would have names. So Slakia stepping out. She's stepping out.
Slakia. Oh no, it's getting worse.
She acting like a deadbeat baby daddy right now. Is what she acting like.
Don't know her kids' names. Ain't never talked about these kids on there. Don't know their names. Don't know their birthday. Can't remember their names.
She saying out loud, them ain't my kids.
And then got the nerve to bring them out and get her talking about I love them because she on there in front of people.
Speaking of kids, speaking of kids, you know what kids like?
She knows.
What you say?
She knows. Why nobody named the kids? Well, who named them? He's trying to figure out who's gonna do it. When he was on the show, I should send him the link so he can get on.
Speaking of children, you know what children like?
Slappy. Oh Lord, what you got?
Pudding. This Valentine's Day,
pudding pop.
If you're trying to spice up your love life for Valentine's Day, get some pudding. You can use pudding for Valentine's Day, and I guarantee you, she'll like it too.
Oh my God!
You just gave a whole commercial. If the pudding industry goes up, it's sitting there.
Wait, we got to throw the sanitizer back in there. Listen, I got another sanitizer one. If your hands feeling dirty, give it a squirty. Sanitizer.
We ain't gonna even start this again. Sanitize.
If you ain't name your kids, go ahead and pop the lid. Sanitize
your brain.
Oh man.
If you're feeling a little itchy,
I'm sorry, baby.
You was climbing through that ditchy. Sanitize it.
I having to hear this.
Not the
ditchy. Love y'all.
See, he do this when he know I'm sleepy because I'm a nut and I'm already crazy. Well, not crazy.
Not the ditchy.
Fine. Oh, I want to tell you guys that I will be representing Von Greta Studios, the formerly known as Wisdom Entertainment, in the Real and Raw. Because I know his old name. Hold on, y'all. Let me get it right.
You talking about Wisdom Entertainment?
Remember that, guys? Okay, so at the Comedy Lounge, it must have just been meant for me to start hosting. Somebody asked me once, Dolores, but she be on the lookout. I forget Dolores. I gotta find her last name, but I'm sorry, Dolores. But she's gonna put together a comedy show, but it was canceled because a couple of us had COVID over the Christmas break. But now,
Reason?
if y'all remember Martini Blue, which a lot of
Yeah.
us in Houston know, yeah. Well, I kept in touch with the owner, and I happened to call him on a whim to see how he's doing, And he said, "Well, I need a host for my Monday night poetry and jazz night, which also features some comedians from time to time." So, he's got the Comedy Lounge. Lord Jesus it's off of 1960, which is on the other side of Houston.
I
That would
still
be
got
like
that
driving
video
from. Oh yeah, when I sang over there, right?
when
When
you
I opened
sang
over
over
there,
there. Yep. And Remy
that was
was
fun.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
So
still have
I'm
that
so happy
video.
he didn't close his doors because the pandemic has been a beast on small business owners. Not that he's small in a sense, because a lot of people know him, but the Comedy Lounge. And so I'm gonna start that this coming Monday. So check out the page for more details. I'm
Will do.
excited about that. I'm excited about that. So anyway, and then somewhere down the road, we're gonna be having a birthday bash, because for those who don't know, and I's birthday are just a few days apart, so you'll see Slappy face to face. We'll still be streaming it for those who live abroad, because we do have audience members from around the United States of the Americas. And
Of the
I know
Americas.
we're running out of time, so I'm just giving this little tidbit. Look here. So that's what you also. What else is coming up? Oh, I wanted to say for Black History Month, you guys, this is my one serious moment tonight. Then I'm gonna go back to laughing. Especially you young folks. I know, like keynotes folks that are listening, I know sometimes it's hard to immerse yourself into your Black history, because you're like, all I got, all I'm gonna see is, slaves and people hanging from trees and stuff like that. And I get that. I get the trauma that people put in your face so that it will deter you from studying the glory and magnitude of shining light in a dark place that your people have put on this planet all over the globe. So I want to encourage you to look past the chains, the dogs, and the whips. And I want you to look into the brilliance of your people. You can do that. And here's my shameless, I guess, non-paid advertisement of these platforms that we all use. YouTube, but you may not know where to go, right? Because you go search on that one. But on Netflix, on Prime, and on Hulu, they have a section just for Black voices. I think it's Black voices they all call something different, celebrating Black History Month. It all says something. There's a category on Netflix, Hulu, and Prime, a plethora of documentaries that show the greatness of your people. I just watched one on Miles Davis. I'm watching one on Hitsville, the making of Motown, which is Fabu. Quincy is over on Netflix. Who Killed Malcolm X is over on Netflix. You got Sam Cooke on all three of the platforms. You got, man, there is so much stuff. You got the Panthers, you have Shirley Chisholm, you have Langston Hughes, you have Richard Pryor. Man, there's so many. I mean, you've got on Hulu, you've got an extended story of Mamie Till and her baby. Come on, tell me his name. Emmett Till. And if you don't know, Emmett Till's story is what kicked off the civil rights movement inadvertently. So that's when people realize, the Black leaders realize, we can recreate this by they noticed then that by having that unfortunate event take place, they realized that news coverage showed what was happening, and they didn't think about how impactful it was for the North to see how terrible things were happening in the South. Because once people left, they were like, I don't want to come back. And so, and they had every reason. So go look at that stuff. And then there's one on Prime, From Africa's to America, the whole lineage. Yeah. It's just amazing stuff. There's one on jazz. And if you go look at your jazz American history, it's our American history. This right here is on Prime. There are 9 episodes. I'm a geek, so I'm going to have the book myself. It's all in here. Everything. It's your whole American history in here. The Harlem Renaissance, all of that. That stuff is packed into this. And it's free to watch. There's stuff on so many things. The scientists, you guys, oh my God, my favorite rap in the whole world is Most. Now this one isn't free, but look, something that the Lord made with Most Def. I mean, go up against Most Def on a freestyle battle and see if you come out with your face intact. Okay, because he's gonna let you have it. But he plays the doctor, the black man who could not get a formal medical degree because of the time, of course, but he studied under a surgeon, and that surgeon was committed to finding out how to have a successful heart surgery. When everybody told him, you are crazy, you cannot stop the heart, you cannot have surgery, you can't do surgery on the heart, somebody will die. They figured it out, and the black man figured it out, and eventually he was accredited with it and given an honorary doctorate from, I believe it was Harvard. You gotta, I may be mistaken, but the point is he got one. So it's a very incredible story. It's inspiring. Me and my kids watch it with the kids. If you're older, you guys, I mean, it doesn't have to be the trauma, it can be the resilience that sits in your heart for Black history. And that is why I'm so glad we had Dr. Shabazz on the show. They've got this one, the story of all these great writers and poets. Yeah, you go watch that one online. It's up there.
And also, while you're on these social medias and Facebooks and Instagrams, instead of pulling up foolishness this month, put up some Black history. Put some stuff up about people that a lot of these young folks do not know about because they do not teach it in school.
No,
and because they don't teach it in schools, we have platforms that we can use for more than just foolishness and nakedness and all that stuff.
And ridiculous.
We have these platforms we can put educational stuff, and we have a duty to teach our young kids about our Black history. So at least this month, at least. I like for people to do it all year round because there's a lot of Black history that people don't know about. A lot of Black inventors that people don't know about. The stuff you use every day. Black people invented them.
The computer chip.
Yeah. The
stoplight. The yellow, red, and green. That's all us. All us.
The chemicals have the chemicals
some
that
stuff.
you put in your hair and on your body.
Yeah.
That was created by African Americans, but they're not given the credit that is due to them because, again, history has always proven itself to show that if you have power, if you have money, if you have connections and you have relationship, then you can steal anything you want from anybody that you want to steal it from. And nobody will know because they can find a way to silence you. And it doesn't have to be silence. It doesn't have to be silence. It can be a silence in any kind of capacity. Because there are so many people that have invented, African Americans who have invented
so much.
And
so much.
It's a look, it's marketing. It's who's going to buy it. Are they going to buy it from a Black person because a Black person invented it?
Yep.
We may. However, I can get more if I can sell it to a white person or Hispanic person or another, nationality in addition to Black people, because Black people going to always get their money up. They're going to get their money up for a look of anything. But nobody does their research on why you have Gucci and you have Louis Vuitton and you have Michael Kors and you have all of these people, when you have to look in the background and find out who was the actual designers.
Yeah,
because they're not always
you talking real.
A major person in the from the industry. I don't remember the gentleman's name. He's a huge he was with what is the lady's name? If you just type it in Google, it's a huge icon that passed away last month that was in the fashion industry.
Okay.
And he passed away. But he was an African American, and he was not a straight, man. And he was very flamboyant. And he made the fashion industry in a lot of capacities. And so you have people such as that that are in the background, that are doing the work, that are creating the fashion, that are the reasons why African Americans are so interested in a lot of this stuff that is that is being worn. Like I don't I don't get excited behind brand name stuff. It has to
Yeah.
look good on me, and I don't need to spend a hundred
Yeah, my
thousand
mama drilled that into me at a very young age.
money.
It's more about how well it looks on you than the fashion name.
Right, on materialistic things, because at the end of the day, I can't take those materialistic things to my grave, and they not paying my bills. They know that African Americans, and this is just real talk, and this is history. We are so quick to give our money away to people who don't give back to our own communities. They take our money. They don't take it. You give away your money to these individuals who do not contribute to your community, who don't care what kind of housing you live in, what kind of car you drive, what kind of job you have, if it's taking more of your income than what you can afford to pay your mortgage or your apartment bill,
Or
your
no.
rent, or your car note, or whether you walking or whether you own drugs or not. They don't give a rat's tail about you and what's going on in your community. But when you have local businesses, and when you have mom and pop businesses who are giving back to your community, and when you have African American businesses that are new and starting up, or that are in the community,
Jazz Grubhub.
Grubhub, yeah, absolutely, Grubhub, the food part that is right there on 610 and
1615 South Loop West.
right. You have company that that's a family owned establishment that are putting food trucks in a central location to where you have an opportunity to go and try out the food and the flavors of entrepreneurs, of bakers, of individuals that are making their way and creating their businesses as a result of the pandemic, or creating their businesses as a result of the passion that God put inside of them, or whatever that role is. We have to support our own, because
Yeah.
our own is supporting us, and we're giving back. And these people are paying for their education like this. They're paying for their homes. They're paying for their children. And you people, African Americans, we are so quick to not give back and not put and invest in our own community and in people that look like us. Because why? I hear too many people that say, "Well, you know what? They ain't gonna do nothing, but I ain't supposed to be paying them, paying for their bills or paying their house note." Well, what the hell you think you're doing with the white folks? And
You
whatever.
remember when they had that bull crap going around? Nakia, speaking of what you're talking about, that with the different sandwiches from either this company, I'm not gonna say it, the two major
Yeah.
ones for the chicken sandwiches, and I was like, all this hype y'all doing, do you know how much money you making these people? And sister, and let me just who I'm gonna call up. I'm gonna say Patrina on tonight. I'm gonna call Patrina out, and Patrina got a new stage play. Or Tiffany Joseph has a new movie coming out, and you won't even share that on your social media.
Yeah.
But if you know what I mean, and this somebody you can go touch, and
Right.
So yeah, it's the systemic. Didn't you say there's different? What did you say? I don't remember. It was different. It wasn't racism. Wasn't the word. It was something else. And you said it's more than just this physical. Maybe it was racism, but it's more. It's internal. You're either affected or infected by racism.
Right.
And I think that a lot of Black people don't understand how affected they really are against one another. They even got you thinking that Egypt is the Middle East. Me and my brother talked about that today. Egypt is Africa. Black people, not the assimilated new people you see out of a heritage and life and time of mixing cultures. It looked like me. And they like Nefertiti look like this chick over here. That's us. We Black. The so-called Black, whatever that word is.
King Tut was a brother.
Straight up. I mean, his name was King Tut.
They call him Tutu. They call him Tutu.
We got Pookie and Ray them right now in Fifth Ward. I mean, Slappy, I'm sorry. That joke asks for itself to come out. Okay, you can't say Tutu and not say Pookie and Ray in there.
You gotta say Pookie, Ray, and Tut.
Okay,
and
yeah, because
delicious.
they about to get back on the comedy
No,
piece.
no.
But you know, no, but I just really want to impress upon the people to understand the importance, how critical it is for us to support one another, and
It
how
is.
critical it is for us to give back to our own community and start supporting each other and quit being jealous. Stop hating on each other. It is
Crabs
enough
in a barrel.
for everybody. I don't care if we all got a damn t-shirt business. Guess what? Your t-shirt gonna be different from my t-shirt, and my t-shirt gonna be different from their t-shirt, and your t-shirt, and over there. But you know what? We all have a cause, and we all have something that we're giving back to. There's something that we're trying to communicate. And just like back in the day, where the slaves, they spoke in code, and their code was the music that they sung. The
Don't
code
get
was
me on
the
the
music that
house.
they sung, right? So you
Mhm.
know what? We can all sell different brands of t-shirts, or socks, or whatever the case may be. And the message in the communication, the message on a shirt is powerful. What we're sharing, what we're trying to get across is our heritage, is our voices saying, hey, we have to support one another. We are looking at socially integrating, we are looking at equal rights, we are looking at diversity, we're looking at inclusion. So we can express that on our clothing, right? They're expressing whatever they're expressing with the different companies and entities that you're spending your money with. But are you have people, specific companies, specific brands that said, I do not want black people wearing my stuff.
Yep.
And yet and still black people can go from head to toe wearing their stuff, and will even tattoo that crap on their body. Really? But these are the same people who said you are considered a disgrace. You are beneath the earth. You are beneath them. You are beneath gravel. So you're beneath feces. We don't want you wearing our stuff. But your ignorance, your lack of knowledge and understanding, your lack of care and concern is preventing you from understanding that you can take your dollars that you worked for and invest it in someone, or invest it in yourself, and create a brand, and create an opportunity, and create something that you can sell and still contribute back into your community. So just be
Mm. You
mindful
know,
in this month where we're putting our dollars. Be mindful this month of what type of music we're listening to. Go to some churches that's going to teach you some history. Go to some historical locations, homes, or museums that's going to teach you some history this month. Take the time to invest in your own history, and learn something new, and share it with someone else. And if you don't have children or grandchildren, nieces or nephews, share them with somebody. You can give us a call, drop us a line, send us an email, or however, info.real and raw talk show real raw talk show at gmail.com. Send us a line of what you've learned this month. We would love to find out about that. We would love to hear about that. We may even post it.
I would love to post it, as a matter of fact. And let me give you somewhere to start, because this might be fun. As a music historian, I find that non-majors really, really love music history, right? And even though you may not know it. So go check out the Hitsville, the Hitsville, yeah, Hitsville, the story of Motown, or something like that. Hitsville Motown. Just type that in, Prime. And you will find, every time I run a play, right, Slappy, I always talk about Motown, right? I
Yep.
talk about how these people with various skills, like Marvin Gaye was doing plumbing, and my son came home. I'm sorry, the door at the top door is locked. And well, and then Marva Reeves. See, if you don't know these people, you got to know these people. Marva Reeves, she wanted to sing, and they wouldn't put her on the song, and so she was a secretary. And then when the
Yep.
time came, the open door came. She's like, "I'll sing it." And then boom, you had "Coming Out Around the World. Are you
Yep.
ready for a brand new beat?" So I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, come on. So the beauty of them, though, is that Barry was a teacher. He could step back and let somebody shine, because the big picture was the big picture. And do you know what happened as a result with Motown? You know who they are, and you have some pride because you're black. But you got to understand something. These people changed the world musically, globally. Not
Yeah.
just in America, not just in everywhere music was changed. Do you want to know why? You've ever heard the word contemporary?
Mhm.
See, once they hit the globe, every music genre after that had a new style called contemporary gospel, contemporary jazz, contemporary blues, contemporary. You see what I'm saying? Because there had to be a freedom spend on creating music now. And
Hmm.
that freedom spend is called contemporary. Do you see what I'm saying? So they changed the music genre global. And you know what else they did? For the civil rights movement, when they said, you know what, take the ropes away that separated black people from white people, because all of these people love the music. We're not doing another show until you take this shit out of here. And then these kids were dancing together. So they did musically what everybody was trying to do with marches and church. And there's nothing wrong with all of that. That's not my point. But I'm saying they did it with music. And then people were like, if I could dance with you at the joint, at the club or whatever it was at the concert, it can't be all bad. All this stuff
Hmm.
I'm seeing on the news might just not be true. I can
Hmm.
dig you. I hope y'all heard that 60 years ago, and it's relevant right the frick now. Okay, so that is that. I hope that caps the sense being made and the knowledge that Nakia is presenting to you, and Slappy. So if you want to start with something and you just want to make sure that it's not too much of that stuff that can give you anxiety, go to your music documentaries. There's one on Bob Marley. That one is amazing. Nina Simone, you guys, the choices are endless, and you just get to really be empowered. But the one from Africas to the Americas,
Hmm.
there's even one about food. If you like food, there's even a documentary about how the culture of African food is brought over here to the America. It's so much stuff. And it's all out there. And you'll feel
Yeah,
better about yourself,
you
because you
would.
won't feel like all the image you have is slaves and ropes and dogs and chains. Now you have different images of who you are. Like
And,
like
and, and
Slappy said, like Nakia said, but you won't see it if you don't go do what she's saying. Go Google, do what he's saying, go
yeah,
research.
Research.
and I just want to say, and I thank y'all. I just want to say that we have a great time. We have a great time, but we always want to impart some type of knowledge out there. We always want to share and make sure that you're edified. That we're bringing something to the table that will make a difference for you in your life. Whether you realize it or not. And Vaughn mentioned the images, right? If you look at what they're teaching in the school system and what they're taking out of the school system, and I'm not going to dwell on this and I ain't going to say much about it. However, I just want to make note to the fact that they don't want you to learn your history, your true history. So the educational system it was not designed to empower black people, was not designed to teach you about your true history. It was designed to keep you suppressed. It was designed to prevent you from knowing the truth about what truly happened and where you really came from and your royalty and your kingdomness and your queenness. And okay, it's also designed to allow other races, okay, to feel comfortable with their past, not knowing the true experiences that
Mm,
we had, so they don't feel uncomfortable. When we feel uncomfortable every single day that we're being called a nigga, every
mm,
single day when we're being degraded, every single day when we're looked over for a promotion, when we're looked over for opportunities that we're equally or more qualified for. So we're always in a position to where we feel uncomfortable, right? So it's okay to make other people feel uncomfortable, because sometimes you need to feel uncomfortable in order for you to get exposure and in order for you to learn something, in order for you to know the truth. And as long
right.
as the school system supports us from not educating our children, African American, blacks, niggas, whatever you want to call us, okay? And that's such a degrading word. As long as you continue and as long as we allow them to continue to prevent the history, the true history, not the mock-ups, not the whitening out, the drawing a black line through the truth, okay? into our school systems. And if they're not willing to introduce it with which if you pay attention to the news and to the system, the educational system and the prison system, they're removing the books out of the schools. They're redacting, which means they're taking out the true historical facts, and they're leaving in there the traditional Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, the surface stuff, right? That they want you to hear about, but they're not telling you about the parents of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and the parents of Rosa Parks and the parents of the young lady who was the first student in the school.
The parents of the 11. Remember the 11 that went to school to
right. You know, they're not teaching you about
the parents who sent them.
Exactly. And what it took for those children to be molded and groomed to become the adults that we knew them to be, who sacrificed their lives, because they didn't just get there just because. They were groomed, they was educated, they was taught. And all of our African American forefathers and foremothers were not educated in the school system, but they had enough experience and knowledge and know-how to prepare their children for what it is that we have had the opportunity to experience and be blessed to have access to as a result of their sacrifices each and every day. So be mindful of what your students and your children are learning and they are not learning, what they're exposed to, what they're not exposed to, and what you are exposing your children to and what you're not exposing your children to. Because no matter what society is teaching them, we're teaching them more because they're looking at us each and every day. So we're just asking that you take this month of the 28 days of February, and we have less than 28 now because we are already on the 7th day of February, to expose your family, expose your children, and have some real dialogue. Yeah. And just because you have a white friend, tell your white friend, I don't need you to tell me that I got a black friend. It's evident. But what you
just don't be afraid.
What are you doing? Afraid. You know, what are you doing? And let's have conversations and educate not just our own, but educate your own as well. So we can make a difference and we can start to come together and unite authentically, transparently, and realistically, and really make an impact in the world and make a difference. So we're not trying to say segregate yourself and detach yourself. What we're saying is we have to have a new dialogue. We have to have a new way of coming together.
Or any dialogue.
Right. And supporting each other transparently and authentically, without all the backdrop, without all the stuff behind the scenes. Let's really try to work together and support each other and build each other up. Because when you look at your surroundings, your community, I'm talking about the people you connected with, your tribe. And if those people within your tribe, regardless of what they look like, regardless of where they come from, if you see yourself rising and they're rising, and you see yourself progressing and they're progressing, you see yourself building and they're building, then you know you got something. And you bring more people into that circle, but you be mindful who you bring into your circle. But you bring those people into your circle and y'all build together. You rise together. Stop being a crab in a bucket and holding each other back. Yep. You got to reach your hand back. And I always say you got to reach your hand back and grab somebody and bring them forth with you.
And pull them up. Yeah.
Ready. You have to be ready. And everybody's not ready. And everybody it's not always the same season for everybody. And it's okay. But just bring each other up. And let's work together and let's build some stuff, because there is no way that we can do anything in life without supporting one another, regardless of the nationality. Okay. So we love y'all. We're going to say a quick, what we thankful for. We had a great time.
For real, we ain't ready to go. I'm going to bed. Y'all go ahead. I'll see y'all later.
Girl, you ain't supposed to go nowhere. I'll cut you. Okay.
Your ass is going to threaten me and you don't even know your kids' names. Girl, bye.
You name your kids first. Name your kids first.
No, don't make me name my babies. No.
You better have them children names by next time, because we gonna ask.
We gonna ask.
Yeah, can't do me.
I'm bringing all my kids to the next one.
Came from Shabba-Doo.
Oh my God. Slappy.
What was his name? What was his name? Shabba-Doo. What was his name? Turbo. You came from Turbo. Dog, you came from Turbo.
What? Don't make me
Turbo.
You came from Beach Street. And you don't know anyway.
You came from Cochise. Cheese.
From so motherfucking cheese and don't know your children's name.
Slappy, what you thankful for, baby? What you thankful for?
He thankful that he know how to name his kids.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say
I am not talking to you.
I'm thankful that I have named my kids one. But I'm also thankful, man, just for the opportunity to be able to spread some type of knowledge to people and influence people in whatever way is possible, man. We get on here and we have a good time, man, because laughter is healing.
Mm-hmm.
Laughter is healing, but at the same time, in that healing, there's also education. There's also knowledge that is being given as well. So I'm thankful for that platform. I'm also thankful for supporting your Black businesses, because let me tell you, that the chicken places where the chicken come in an all white box, delicious.
That's when the chicken is good.
That's where the chicken is right there.
It got flavor.
So if you got a white box with no writing on it, that chicken is delicious. Delicious.
And it's not as greasy.
Yeah. And the burgers with the all white wrap on it without the writing on. I'm trying to teach y'all something today. That's what I'm thankful.
Or served in the paper towel.
Or the white to go bag, the white to go plastic bag that's got the little red thing on it.
Mm-hmm.
Or the fries that they put directly in the bag.
Oh
yeah,
with some seasoning, and it's fresh, and it ain't greasy. You can squeeze it, and it ain't a whole bunch of grease coming up out of there. Oh,
my Lord. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, praise God. Von Greta, go ahead, girl. Go on. What you got for me? She over there praising.
Fries in the bag.
Yes, Lord.
Dude. Okay, I know we can't talk. I can't. We don't have an agreement. Yes, I can't say the name, but there's a place I'm going to do. You know what? Forget all that. The Houston Grub Hub. There's a Sister Mamas. That woman, I didn't say nothing because I was already having an emotional day, and I didn't say nothing. But she served me some Kool-Aid, and I tell you, it's like Beulah Brown. It's like Beulah Brown made that Kool-Aid. That's my grandma and my mama right there, and that was when I was pregnant with my daughter. That was 20 I had the red, but she had grape, boo.
No, I didn't have grape. I had the mix.
She had the mixed grape and red, but I had the red.
Yeah.
Oh, she had the purple.
She had the purple.
It was mixed.
Slappy, and it had just the right amount of ice. Let me tell you something, Slappy. It tastes like that. It tastes like that Kool-Aid my grandma would put down on the cooler, because their house had a back door, and it had the steps down, and then it had a deep freeze right there. So we would take our cup and sides of it, you did, to get that good scraped ice. And we just pour that Kool-Aid on it, because we could come in the house because we was funky, because we was going right back out anyway. You know, this Appaloosas without my cousins. You know, we was going right back out anyhow. So the point to bring our tech man. And then she didn't put the unit air conditioner on. She could sit in that hot house.
Window unit.
But if she put it on, you for damn sure one coming in and out that house, right?
So run her light bill sky high.
And you gonna run that good air out, and that is not gonna happen. So anyway, so I'm grateful for that Kool-Aid, because it took me to my granny. But
you just feel your sugar levels going up, but you don't care.
You know, because I asked them to put a little light. I said light ice. I see, oh Jesus, I'm about to go on this diabetic sugar.
Hey,
and look, I needed some more ice after that. And she was, I was like, because I needed some more ice so I could get a little watery, so I can mix that up. And it was a big cup. It was like $3.
It wasn't no play cup now. It wasn't no $3 cup. It was a $3 cup.
Nakia, when you wake up from that shock, you're going to have another cup after that.
Hallelujah.
Yes. Oh my Lord.
I'm shaking y'all head. One for the comment.
You can tell me it's not been around each other too long. Hey, won't you celebrate with me? Celebrating custom-made.
It's our birthday,
Okay.
and if anybody is still rolling with us,
The kids are trying to stop people from saying they part. She be having a whole monologue and soliloquy and dissertation, and then she don't want to give people a chance to just show out. But okay,
That's because she rolling around with her copper hair, feeling all fancy.
Ain't she pretty? She done came up here trying to shut the damn internet down with a fine.
Looking like a fresh new penny up there. Just
shiny and shit. Just worth a whole cent. A collectible item. Here, put this one in your penny collection. This is gonna be worth a lot.
You think you penny slick, but I got you nickel change.
You know what? I let y'all roast me the whole first hour of this episode. You
hey, did I tell you to come up? That child protective case with not naming your chair. We didn't expect that.
My babies are well taken care of. Thank you very much.
Come on, Copper Red.
Go ahead.
Ain't she fine? No, girl. I tell you, if you wasn't my sister, I might ask you out to dinner. And girl, I take you to Vic and Anthony's for the first date. I take you to Taste of Texas for the first date.
I want to put that penny in my pocket.
The DNC on the first date.
I want to put that penny in my pocket, girl.
Baby, I want to hang that penny up every day so I can see it right there and be like,
"What are you for fun?"
You gonna be like,
y'all are sick.
You gonna be like, is that a coin purse or you happy to see me?
Hey,
I'm happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you. Shit, I'll tell the truth on today. Okay. I am grateful not only for that Kool-Aid, but I'm grateful for what's her name? Brave. I forgot her brown sugar.
The pecan candy.
Slappy. She got praline cake.
Oh Lord.
You know the praline you get from New Orleans. The praline you get from the pralines you get from New Orleans.
Yeah.
When you drink your little coffee. When you drink your little coffee. Yeah. She got that on top of some cake. Anyway. Baby. Okay. I am thankful for that. You know what I'm thankful for at the very present moment, outside of the things I'm always happy for, which is, of course, you two wonderful people, and the opportunity to rise. Oh my God, Slappy, wait till I tell you what happened to me later on tonight. Is the ability to overcome. God, the ability to overcome. If I didn't have laughter, I would be dead meat. I'd be dead in the water. Oh my God, if I didn't have laughter, I would just succumb to so much. But I am very happy for being resilient and learning in my village. My village is legit. I'm thankful for the people in my village. I mean, there's nothing else that life is worth living, honestly. I'm very grateful for my job too. I love waking up every day to tell people you too can achieve. And it has gotten much more busy, and I underestimated this promotion, but it's really fun still. It's busy but fun. I'm just thankful to be alive.
That's awesome, yeah.
I love y'all.
Love you.
As sleepy as I am, I will fight sleep just to sit here and laugh for two people I care about. Because I'm sleepy. But when I go to sleep,
I'm sitting here looking at Nakia and her hair. Her hand, them lips. I'm looking.
Okay. Her lips almost look like the color of her hair.
I know. Lord have mercy.
And I didn't even get no red lipstick because I was like, that's too much red.
You should have did it. You should have did it on the big old lips. I wonder sometimes, Slappy.
I wouldn't be able to take it.
I don't care what the kids say, but Slappy, I wonder sometimes if the carpet matches the drapes.
Oh. Do it match the drapes?
You know what? Okay, it is completely past y'all bedtime. In mind,
clearly.
With that being said, let me tell y'all what I'm thankful for. Since we were talking about the girl experience and the Kool-Aid, I had some sweet potato cheesecake from Ashley May's Soul cheesecakes. And when I say it was moist, it was good. It was sweet. That sweet potato.
Was it moist, sweet, and good, girl? Shit.
You know
I'm
what?
going back on mute.
Ooh, that.
Okay, all I'm gonna say, I'm not even finna talk about the other people. I'm gonna say what I need to say, and so we can get on up out of here because I see right now I got
That sound
children in
like
the
that
room.
sound like Nakia right there.
I know you ain't talking about us. We name our kids. We just saying, hey, don't be getting mad at us when somebody who look like you look with the lips that you got say moist, sweet, and
Sweet and
yummy in
good.
the same damn
What
sentence.
you expect us to do?
What you expect
Miss
some
Franklin?
comedians to do with you? Is you sick?
What you expect us to do?
Moist,
Looking like you look
sweet,
and say moist, sweet, and good. What you expect?
and good?
I was talking about the food.
Oh yeah, but we wasn't.
You know what, Jesus?
I was talking about something to eat. Okay, no.
Because he would have ate that too.
I would have ate.
Okay. With that being, without all of
He would have ate that apple.
Lord, y'all, I apologize. I try to maintain control of the platform, but apparently, as y'all can see, at this in it on the after the show, after party, I don't have no control. Okay, at all. So, what I'm thankful for.
You didn't see him. While you was rolling your eyes, you didn't see what he did. It's not my fault.
I'm not talking to you, Slappy.
I'm going on mute because that's the only way I stay out the corner.
Shakespeare feeling you too.
You know what?
He said, "Just touch my paw, and you'll see it all."
Going back on mute. I thought you said you was going back on mute.
Touch my paw and see it all. Mute.
Golly, Jesus. Okay, so I'm thankful for the grace that God has given each and every one of us to keep us going, to sustain us, to keep us focused on what it is that we're here to do each and every day, and to utilize this platform for healing, for edification, for mentorship, for love, for giving grace, for allowing people an opportunity to be free, to share and to speak and have a great time and be transparent and authentic and just have fun, y'all. Like unapologetically have fun and not have to worry about the boundaries and not have to worry about the judgment because we don't give a damn, you know? Because what we bring into the table and to the platform is freedom, realness, and a space where you can just let go. And we're going to always be respectful and we're going to always have tact with what it is that we do. But we still have to have the right to share and have the right to speak and be heard. And our voices are just a way for you to share what it is that you may have been feeling or thought or considered, but didn't have a space to really bring it out or didn't know how to or was too afraid to. So I'm thankful for this platform. I'm thankful for what God is doing and bringing forth and being birthed out of social integration and being birthed out of me to make an impact into the world. And what is coming forward, what is going to be released in due time. I'm thankful for God delivering me from some things that was holding me down and holding me back. And I was allowing to hold me down and hold me back. And I also thank God for the wisdom and the strength to hold my tongue when it's necessary and to not react in certain situations, but to stand in whatever way that looks like in that moment. When you encounter a situation or encounter a person or encounter an experience that you could have in the past, you would have said, well, if I ever, then this is what would happen. If I could ever, then this is what I would do. But I had to come to an understanding today that regardless of what you ever encounter in life, whatever you go through in life, or someone you love goes through in life, you can have those emotional expressions in that moment or in those seasons, but you don't know what would actually occur until that moment arises. And you will surprise yourself. And sometimes you will go a little further than what you maybe should or could, and sometimes you won't. But you can really never know what you will do until those moments arise. And if you have a strong walk with Christ, and if you step outside of yourself and your human emotion and stand on God's strength, and I ain't say you're gonna be perfect, because I still made a decision. However, the decision that I made was one that was different from a decision that I would have made in the past. So I can still walk away from that moment and say, thank you, Lord. Even in a uncomfortable space, and even in a moment where I can still say, well, Lord, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Okay. And I said it. And I also had to realize, well, Nakia, God knew what you was going to do. God knew what you were going to say. God knew how you were going to respond and react. So it's not anything that's a surprise to him. It was just a surprise to you. So you have to forgive yourself for anything that you feel like you didn't do right or could have did differently, or if there's anything to forgive at all. And you just say, okay, acknowledge the moment, and you move forward. Empower. You move forward in forgiveness, and you move forward in love. So my ask of you today is to move forward in power. Move forward empowered. Move forward in grace, and move forward in love. So thank you so much for tuning in with Nakia Franklin and
Von Greta
and
Slappy Payne in the building.
and my babies that don't have a name, where there is no boundaries and no judgment.
And no judgments. We won't judge Nakia for not knowing her children's name or naming them.
You come
but
too
we
far.
love her.
Yes,
Come too far.
And I love them.
Yeah, come so far.
I love Shakespeare too, with his old dirty mind. Yeah. Go to bed.
What is that Paul asking for?
Go to bed.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of The Real and Raw Talk Show with Nakia Franklin and Von Greta. Remember to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel today. A special thanks to our guests, sponsors, and audience members. We are grateful for your support of our programming. If you would like to be a guest or sponsor of one of our shows, please email us at info.realrawtalkshow@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. This has been a Wisdom Entertainment production in association with Social Integration. The views and opinions expressed on the show do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of The Real and Raw Talk Show with Nakia Franklin and Von Greta. Any content provided are opinions and do not intend to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything. Stay connected and join us for our next conversation where there are no boundaries and no judgments.